I have to hit start recording. I forgot I logged off standing here. So I logged in and wasn't immediately fighting. Start timer. Hey, how's it going? Good morning, apparently. I thought I logged off the bank. Oh no, I didn't log off. That's right. I crashed. I didn't crash, but I had a Comcast outage. Like, how would I have logged off here while I was still with gear that was causing these bandits to aggro me? That doesn't make sense. Because I didn't choose to. Okay, let me think. Today I'm gonna keep doing barrows because I really need to get that gear, that RM staff. Feel a little bit more reinvigorated. Yesterday I was getting kind of tired of it because I did like 50 chests, but a day has passed, so that helps a little bit. My cat's knocking things over here. I noticed, amusingly, that yesterday's VOD was, after fast forwarding, was like 25 minutes long. Also, and this is annoying, let me try to fix this now. The sound of these enemies hitting each other like this broke the fast forward. I guess because they were all hitting at the same time or something. So, I had to go through and manually fix it. And it may have already been janky there at the start of the VOD, so hopefully I caught it early enough that it wasn't that big of a deal. But the way sound effects work in this game, and this is super annoying if you've ever done like Dust Devil barraging or Neckrail barraging, is that if it plays the same sound effect on the same tick multiple times because of 6 bandits hitting you at once or casting Ice Barrage on 9 enemies at once, it just multiplies the volume of the sound by 9. So it was making it loud enough that it was overcoming the silence part of the Unsilence algorithm. So hopefully I just turned the sound down enough that won't happen anymore. I like having the music running, but I guess we don't need to have the game audio, the sound effects that loud. Sound effects are pretty important in this game. They help you to do certain mechanics. Like I don't think I'd be able to do Ulm as well if I played it with sound off, because a lot of it is sound tells. Okay, what the fuck was I talking about? Gonna do barrows. There's some cheese that I saw on Reddit this morning that I kind of want to do right away with what I've got in the bank, and I should do that anyway in preparation for Nightmare. Basically, Botanist makes it so that you always make a 4-dose potion after combining things with secondaries. So you can make 1-dose super restores and then combine them with your Sandfuse serum secondaries, and it will turn your 1-dose super restore into a 4-doser. Which I think, given the wording of Botanist, that should also work, I think, for anti-venoms. So I fucked that up already, and I think it should work for super combats. So I fucked that up also. So I might try to sneak around and do some cheese associated with that. I'm going to go ahead and get to 80 attack and strength, since I was pretty close to that. That was when I was planning to stop yesterday before my internet went out. Then I'll probably go gather the remaining secondaries for Sandfuse serums. Make as many of those as I have in the bank, and then we'll go to barrows and hope I get the staff. Wow, without trying, I didn't realize this, but I'm already ridiculously close to base 80 all stats. Get attack and strength here was the furthest off that I was before yesterday. Ranged, need 1 fishing level, which is fine. That should be pretty quick. And 2 construction levels. So maybe I'll do that really quick. Maybe I'll go grab some range gear and range these guys. Probably don't want to wait until I get a blowpipe for simple range training like this. It would be a waste of scales. Now what I'm going to do base 80, Sandfuse cheese, barrows. Alright, there's strength 80. Let's do this for range really quick. I have ever equipped knives before. I figured I may as well use these ones that dropped from somewhere. I don't even remember where I got them from at this point. Burn through them, convert them to ranged XP. See, I've got more weapon poison plus from Calpite Queen, which I have no other use for, so I'm going to try to just poison all of my knives. Don't know if I have enough, but worth a shot. But yeah, you don't get too many poison per full potion, jeez. It's like 5 knives at a time. I have no other use for weapon poison plus plus though, so I guess this, if they get poisoned, all it effectively does is slightly increase my my prayer XP rate. Hold on to one of these. I don't know if I need weapon poison plus plus for something else, but you know, whatever. So I'm just about done here with 80 ranged. I don't know if my CPU is dying or what, but you probably saw earlier the live split timer hang up for a bit. There may have also been some audio crackling. I used to be able to do recording and watching stuff on YouTube and occasionally coming off mute to talk and doing some, not rendering, but editing work in Vegas Pro all at the same time on my stream PC, since, you know, the actual load of playing the game is on a second machine, capturing this over a capture card. But lately, I wonder if like all this rendering I've been doing has been putting strain on the machine. It's about 2 years old, and I was planning to do an upgrade this year, but then coronavirus happened, and I decided I wanted to set aside that money to help people if they need it. But anyway, I worry that I might be killing my computer by doing this. Which is possible. I mean, it's several thousand hours of content recorded. It's writing basically every second that it's online. I'm surprised that it hasn't burned out my SSD yet. So hopefully this is coming through okay. I just made some audio adjustments to make it so the fast forward shouldn't stop when I'm getting hit multiple times by bandits and having that volume increase effect I was talking about. Once I hit 80 here, I'm going to see how bad construction training is with Teaks, given that we're like 78 construction or something. If it's really bad, I'll just wait until I get the next lamp for it. Here's 80 range. So base 80 everything except construction is 78. And then we'll go cheese sandfuse serums. I'm actually curious how many super restores I already have. I think almost all of my super restores come from drops from Calvite Queen. And so I've got 10 banked. I can turn that into 40 sandfuse. And I should probably go around and start harvesting those. So I've got 2 herb patches, one in Harmony Island, one in Mauritania proper. Let me go do that while I'm thinking about it. Get a couple more snapdragons planted. I do have 2 seeds for that. It's like my first time harvesting herbs in a long time. I just haven't needed potions because of hotness. I should probably be doing this more, especially if I eventually want to go for like 99 farming or 25 mil farming. It's not something I can get away with waiting to do until the very end, right? Because I'll be out of time to do it. But I'm not very motivated because farming doesn't unlock anything, so maybe when I go for base 90s at some point. I'm kind of nervous about forgetting to do these sandfuse, so let me knock that out first, then we'll do construction 80, and then probably barrows for a while. Ooh, I forgot how slow going for the snakeweed is. Fortunately, I don't need as much of it as I would need on live because of botness, so I'll just get a small amount right now, mix what I can, and see how many more I need. Alright, I think this is going to work. So we use snakeweed. Oh, nail-bee snails. No, unicorn horn dust. There we go. Oh, but I have to make them manually because Production Master doesn't work on this. So no. Probably just have one ingredient at a time then. Production Master doesn't really help here at all. Oh, yep, that totally works. 1 dose to 4 dose sandfew. Beautiful. This is pretty incredible cheese. I'm a big fan. Can end up with like 88 sandfew serums out of this. And it's worth it just to increase the number of super restores, but also I need sandfew specifically for the nightmares, so this isn't a waste of time at all. And it's pretty decent herblore XP. I might hit 89 out of this. Okay, I'm curious to see if my herbs are already grown. I haven't really paid attention to herb farming in the league so far to have a sense of like how fast or slow it is. Alright, let's go find out. And of course they died. I have no way to resurrect them. Bummer. Okay, now I have 158 sand fuse. I'm super into this. 5.21 million GP. I guess you could probably use that to get your Death's Coffer maxed out pretty quickly too. Pretty bummed about my Snapdragon Seed dying because that would have been a bunch more potions and probably would have hit me at 89. I'm going to see if the same cheese works for super combats. I got to actually craft some potions to test it. Worth a shot. Doesn't work with Torstals, it looks like. It's hard-coded to require that they be 4 doses. In that case, I expect that it also won't work with anti-venom, so it's Sandfuse only. That's cool. Alright, so I did that cheese. The next thing I said I was going to try to do was Construction 80 for base 80 all skills, so let me gear up for that. Switch back to the standard spellbook. Just finishing out the costume room since I conceivably will end up using it once I start clue hunting. They've changed the blog post describing how they're going to correct the clue problem. The original post said that they were going to make it so that you just don't get steps from outside your regions. And there's a lot of pushback on that. So now they're doing a thing where you don't have to juggle clues anymore. The game just remembers your clue step completions, which is probably better because honestly, if they did the thing where it only gave you regions as you were in, it would be really easy to cheese the fuck out of clues by just never unlocking regions and staying in Misthalin, right? I think there's probably enough points to squeeze out the Treasure Seeker relic, and you could do tons and tons of clues very trivially. I think they changed the way mahogany furniture works so that you can no longer trivially just get carved teak wardrobes over and over. So my plan for training is not going to work out. I can try the benches, though. I think those were fine. Teak garden bench. Superior garden. Need some more money. I'm out of planks and I'm really close to level up. I'll go do some quick teaks. It shouldn't take. Alright, there's 80 construction. Should not trigger base. Oh, because fishing 79. Why did I not get the level up there? I think I'm pretty close to being able to do a fairy ring. Yeah, I can boost to 85 to put a fairy ring here, which might be useful. The fact that I'm going to have to be on the ancient spellbook all the time makes it a little bit less useful. Let me go catch a few Karambwans really quick to finish off base 80s. And then I have to do some alking so I have enough money to build the achievement gallery, which is another league task. Alright, there's 80 fishing. Can now catch infernal eels. And I still didn't get the pop-up. Did I miss another skill? Agility. I trained agility really early. I remember because I was getting the agility pyramid tops. You probably already noticed this when I was talking about it earlier. Do I want to do agility to 80? I guess it's a 16x multiplier and it's on the... It'd be on the Pryphenus course now. Let me go get it started and see how bad it is. This probably isn't terrible to get agility to 80. Then I can take the Zulrah shortcut, which I want to have access to anyway. Curious to see what the XP per hour is like on this course with the multiplier. I think it's still going to be pretty slow. I'm guessing 800k, which isn't slow compared to live, but it's slow to a lot of other skills. It's about the same speed as I was just getting from doing range training with steel darts, but that's also way more okay. I'm going to do one lap. I'm going to step away really quick to grab some breakfast and feed my cats. We'll try to grind out 80 agility. Solid 250 point task. Also, we're getting pretty close to total level 2000, which I feel like is just free points because you get it at almost the same time as base 80s. But hey, I'll take it. Went ahead and set the tracker in the top right to be to a goal of level 80. I'm kind of torn. There's a global achievement for doing 250 laps on rooftop courses, which this place doesn't count toward, and there is no achievement for doing multiple laps on the Prifthenis course, even though the XP is slightly better than Paul of Nietzsche, and I'm more interested in Crystal Shards than I am in Marks of Grace. I think I'll just stay here. That 250 laps achievement is something that I might try to do in the last few weeks if I'm really trying to like squeeze out some tasks. Caught a crystal and bling while doing the rooftop course. Dropped an acorn, which is pretty good. I might go ahead and plant that before I continue the course. Caught another crystal impling. Turns out they pretty decent chance of detecting it here. The fact that I've seen two of them on the same server, well, you know, it probably informs me what the spawn rate of them is. It makes me hopeful that maybe players have chilled out on hunting them. It still would be pretty beneficial for me to hunt them for a while, but if I have even one person competing with me, it's just not worth the time. Thought I'd do a quick lap around Prifthenis to see if I could run into another crystal impling since about the same amount of time had passed from the last spawn. While I was running, though, I saw somebody hopping on that bridge, which suggests that I have competition. There's 80 agility, league task complete, reach base level 80. So with that, I'm done with agility training. I might go for base 90 at some point in the season, but it's not a high priority because very few of these skills have anything that have any new content that's unlocked by getting them to 90 or higher. Cross that bridge in a few weeks, maybe. All right, I'm gonna alch some stuff so I can build the achievement gallery. I'm also gonna take some stuff to Death's Coffer. Do that. Alright, alching crap now. I also created a new bank tab for alchables. I'm just going to move all the stuff over there. Alright, alching is done for now. End up with about 1.1 mil. Spend 200k of that right away on the achievement diary step. Build an achievement gallery, I mean. That'll get us another chunk of league points. Then I'm probably going to smith this gold ore, these steel bars, and these mithril bars. Probably do some arrows, see if I can get that RM staff. I'd like to do some Slayer. I still try to fight the Abyssal Sire. Those are the plans. Task complete. Build an achievement gallery. Alright, let me move some rooms around so I can actually access everything here. Let's see if I can do it as Alcano Killer too. I'll just go until I get a drop that I can immediately get smithing XP from. So gold or silver bars, preferably adamant bars or mithril bars. Well, I got a steel bar drop on the first kill, but I only did half the damage to her because I came in the middle of a fight. So I'll stay till I get another drop. So yeah, that would have been a nice drop if I had gotten like 300 or 400 of them. Alright, MVP. Should totally stay here for longer. There's a lot of players here. It's just because I've got 86 runecraft and 83 smithing that I'm getting MVP. Not because I'm like doing the fight better. There's an adamantite bar drop. Alright, let's see what I can get from all this. I might want to try to get smithing within range to make rune dart tips with the spicy stew boost. And just make as many as I can. Alright, I'm going to try to fish for a +5 boost and make as many runite dart tips as I can with what I've got in the bank. Might be enough to get us to 85 smithing, reduce the burden of boosting in the future. We'll see.
Here's +5 smithing boost. Alright, let me go take advantage of this. I'm going to try to make rune dart tips out of all of my banked runite bars, and then try to smith all of my, or use all of the coal that I have to make more runite bars for the same purpose. See what fletching level that gets us to. Alright, so I didn't quite hit 85, but I'm quite close to it. We'll see how long I can keep this +5 boost up. I'm probably going to die somewhere and lose it and have to boost again whenever I get more runite bars, but this is a good chunk of dart tips. We'll see what level fletching this gets us to. Okay, got us halfway through 87. That's not so bad. Alright, I think it's time for me to go back to barrows. Maybe we'll get lucky. Like yesterday, the very first chest I opened had an RM's hood. Maybe today, the very first chest I open will have it, and it's not going to happen. We're not going to get that staff. It's going to be like 400 chests. Hey, there's the Guthan's helmet. God damn it. I'm not mad that I have another piece and that once the RM staff drops, I will have completed a 250 point league task. But at the same time, seriously, I got every single barrows piece except the RM staff. I really hope that Barrows isn't what makes me burn out on Trailblazer, because there's still cool stuff that I want to do, but like this is kind of what I've avoided with my my Tin Man blind playthrough, Quest Cape, Diary Cape, and Infernal Cape. That by adding some rules that allow for me to occasionally trade things on the Grand Exchange, like if I get duplicates of items that have the same drop rate, I'm able to just buy the item outright. I spent a lot of time during the Quest Cape playthrough kind of regretting not having rolled Iron Man, but doing this now on Trailblazer and knowing that this would be 3 times worse, it's the closest to demotivated I've ever been with RuneScape. So I'm gonna keep going. I might need to do a thing where I limit the amount of barrows I do every day, try to keep it from totally rotting my brain. I think the big part of the stress is that if I had rolled chests just slightly differently, 100 chests ago, there are many players that have a very different loot table, right? They've done 168 clears and they have 3 copies of all the RM's gear, and it's Darox that they're missing. It just so happens that as a mage character, RM's is the only gear I need. And in fact, with my region selections, this is the only DPS upgrade I'm going to get until I do Nightmare and Theater of Blood. So being dry on it doesn't feel great. Oh my god, I got it. Holy crap, it was a double chest. I had just accepted that this would never be done. Oh man, just the wave of relief that has washed over me. I don't have to do barrows anymore. It's not like having your heart pound, it's just the feeling of having given up and then just having that little ray of hope. Wow. Okay, well let's get the league task for equipping all barrow sets. Oh, I'm so glad that dropped finally. I was already imagining, okay, so how do I close out the playthrough if this thing if it doesn't drop? And I know that other, streamers and content creators have endured much drier, much more miserable grinds, but that was a lot for me. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Full arms. Pretty sweet looking. It's probably gonna be my end game look. I don't think I've got a better shield for any amount of time. I will be replacing the glory with the and seeing if I can get wizard boots. Maybe I'll do infinity boots, but that sounds terrible. Really don't want to do mage training arena. It's exactly as slow as live. Pretty cool looking. Oh, actually, you know, it's not going to be a fury. It's going to be an amulet of the damned. I completely forgot. It's the whole reason I farmed so many, so I can auto cast. There we go. Sweet. All right, let me take out my other barrow stuff really quick. Torag's equipped. Already equipped full Verax, I think. Yeah, because I did that for the set bonus earlier. Definitely done full Carols. Let's do... Yep. I might actually use Guthan. Put it in elite task. Equip every Barrow's armor set. Fucking cool. Guessing the number of players that have gotten that is fairly low. It would be nice if you could see leaderboards for each task entry, but that would definitely crash the server. Let me mark that complete on my tracker. Equip every Barrow's armor set. Okay, sweet. Update my equipment, inventory setups. Don't need the ancient staff anymore. Probably going to use this to try the nightmare, but maybe save that for tomorrow. Test this thing out on a number of things. Let me sit here and think about what I want to do first. Maybe some Zulrah. That seems relaxing. Comical as it is to call Zulrah relaxing. Anti-venoms, because I went to try getting them. To make more rings of recoil later, but don't have to do that right now. Take advantage of my newfound 76 agility to take a shortcut via the fairy ring to the boss chamber. Too bad I didn't get this when I had the opportunity to abuse the decreased attack speed or increased attack speed with the RM staff. I kind of wish they wouldn't have fixed that. Don't I have an agility level of 76? I forgot that it got completely drained by, I think Carol's the one that drains your agility. Okay. Probably going to want to make anti-venom pluses at some point, so I might want to do a little bit more herblore grinding. I'm already pretty close to 80. It's pretty fast. Not my personal best, but still pretty good. I think if I get some really good rolls, it's maybe possible for me to get the kill Zulrah. It's like under a minute or something. It's pretty crazy. Alright, let me make sure I'm planting all these tree seeds as I get them too. Ideally want these to be growing while I'm doing other stuff. I'm trying to go ahead and get some magic logs here so I can make some more antidote plus pluses with it, but forgot how slow chopping magic trees is. Oof. I might just pay the NPC to chop it down and say screw it, I'll get plenty of drops from Zulrah. Well, I've definitely confirmed that Zulrah is more consistent with the RM set. Next, I would like to go try Calphite Queen. Also, Calphite Queen's a little bit more chill than Zulrah, so even though I have to teleport out a lot, I don't have to think as much. I can just kind of, whenever I see my health go to 31, that's when I bounce. So it's been a really long time since I've been there. I have a feeling that my first kill is not going to count, but after that I should be pretty much good to go. So I'm going to gear up for that real quick. So I don't know why. I guess I forgot because I was doing mage, but I forgot that the Calphite Queen's melee attack is able to miss. Also, I think with RM's set effect, I'm draining strength constantly, so I might be able to get the attack down to do such little damage that even if it does hit, it doesn't really matter. I wish I could see that value somehow, but you have 25% chance of reducing enemy strength by 5 levels repeatedly. So maybe it works? It would be kind of cool if it does. I wonder if that's going to be strong in Theater of Blood or versus Nightmare at all. I was just able to get a couple kills without having to warp out, so we'll see. Clover and I are going to try the Nightmare duo. It's probably not going to go super well. I don't expect to get a kill here, but I'm kind of at a point where I'd like to just break the seal on the boss. I don't know if that's other people think of content this way, but I definitely have this issue with RuneScape in particular, where if there's a seal, if I just have never tried something, the barrier for me ever attempting it is very, very high. As long as I try it at least once, it gets a lot better. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. Get in a couple attempts, and then I'll probably do Nightmare a little bit more. There's literally nothing I can do to improve my gear other than kill Nightmare or do Theater of Blood. So I think that's true. Can't do Amulet of Fury. Hit points capes best in slot. I might be able to go get a mage's
mage book from MTA and better boots, maybe, but even that's not super great given my setup. Like finding a world for Nightmare is kind of a huge hassle. Pretty cool fight. Not super good at it, but it's phase 1. Phase 2 is the hardest phase, I think. Alright, we're on the last phase here. Just gotta charge these totems, and that's the end of the fight, I think. To not fuck it up here. Hey! First ever Nightmare kill. Defeat the Nightmare. Task complete. 153 mithril ore. Not so exciting. I have to try this with maybe no brews next time. But I think I should wrap for the day. That was pretty fun. Alright, first ever Nightmare kill. Pretty cool. Fun boss. Excited to try her again with a bigger group. Sorry, Andrea's TV went off there for a second. That's gonna be it for this episode. Take a break a little early and cut this one a little short. Tomorrow we'll keep doing Calfight Queen. If we've got time, maybe do some more Nightmare kills. I gotta tighten it up and not use quite so many brews and sandfuse, but I think it's very possible. I should probably start harvesting lots and lots of toad flax, because if I do use brews, I'm gonna run out really fast with a fight like that. I'll see you later. Bye.